You're listening to Backchannel, a companion episode to Quiet Architects, which aired earlier this week. Today's voice belongs to a woman who brought Penelope in. She signed the contract, booked the room, introduced the keynote, and then missed the point entirely. This is her apology. It was never sent, but we kept the recording. Before we listen in a word from our fake sponsor, stay with us.
Tired of routine systems that collapse the second your dopamine does? Try Spark and Spiral, modular tools for neurodivergent brains that crave structure and novelty. Because Monday you and Thursday you, not the same person. Spark and Spiral. You're not inconsistent. You're iterative.
All right, let's hear it.
So, this is embarrassing. Penelope, I don't know if you'll ever hear this. Hell, I don't even know if I'm gonna send it. But I've just been thinking about what you said, not just in your keynote, but after. When we were all packing up, you looked so tired. Not annoyed, not angry. Just like you already knew we wouldn't get it. Knew we'd clap and nod and change nothing. And you were right. We brought you in, paid you even, wrote this big internal comms piece about inclusive innovation. I thought we were doing the right thing. But I see it now. We brought you in to say the things. We didn't want to do them. You gave us a blueprint. We asked for a soundbite. You talked about redesigning work from the inside. And I asked if you had an improv exercise. Like that would help. I'm so sorry. Not just for wasting your time, but for putting you in a room full of people who were never going to hear you. We didn't know what we were asking for. We say neurodivergent brilliance like it's a flavor. We say safe to be different, while measuring everyone by the same yardstick. We wanted novelty. We didn't want difference. And I think the worst part is, we still don't. We just want to look like we do. I wish we had been ready for you. I wish we had been the kind of place you could build with. But we weren't, and maybe we never will be. Not until we stop trying to fit people like you into our world and start redesigning the world itself. You handed us a blueprint, and we framed it like wall art. I'm sorry.
Some apologies are never heard, but when the quiet ones finally speak, they leave blueprints behind. This has been Backchannel. To hear Penelope's story, listen to Quiet Architects wherever you get your podcasts, then subscribe so you never miss an episode. New stories drop every Tuesday. To support stories like these, visit patreon.com/humansintheloop. If you have a story of your own you'd like to share, there's a contact form on our website, loopedinhumans.com. We're listening.
This episode of Humans in the Loop, We Brought Her In, was created and produced by me, Christina Simmons, executive producer of this show. Our operations producer is Rana Cassidy, who keeps us organized, on schedule, and prevents our blueprints from being turned into wall decor. Voice talent, Deanna Anderson as the HR rep who finally said the quiet part out loud. And Ezra Strix, our inquisitive AI host, who knows when inclusive innovation is just another line item in the comms plan. Special thanks to everyone keeping the lights on, the mics live, and the tolerance for nonsense at survivable levels. You can hear more stories and subscribe wherever you listen. Support us on Patreon and follow us on socials at Looped In Humans. If this one stayed with you or made you think about the work still to be done, let us know. Reach out through the contact form on our website, loopedinhumans.com. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned. The teaser for our next story is one you won't want to miss.
Ever had a boss who just got it? No HR forms, no awkward requests. They just worked around what you needed. For Cassandra, it felt like the dream. Morning meetings moved, instructions in Slack instead of surprise calls, a workflow built exactly for her brain. But then, the org chart shifted, and suddenly she was invisible in all the wrong ways. Next time, Supportive in Theory. A story about kindness, policy, and what happens when the system that works for you was never really part of the system at all.